Alright, hey YouTube, this is Chris with Justice League Swag. This is the Android deck that was already on our page, which you guys asked for an update, so here's the update.
What's up, guys? It's your dude Daryl K, aka East Coast Greatest Nerd, coming to you with an update of the Androids. So, as everybody that knows me that plays up at the shop, they know that Androids is my favorite and my best and most competitive deck that I have. I really love these guys. I feel very comfortable with them. That's why I'm just keep rolling with them. They have great matchups in the meta. They don't really have any bad matchups, and I feel like that's why I like them too, because I never feel like I can't win a match. It's usually always that I just lose. I never really get destroyed completely with this deck. But we're going to go into the changes that I made. We're going to go through drop by drop, and we're going to start with the one drops. Leader, y'all guys already know what they do. I shouldn't really have to go into it, but I will. Permanent on the front side. They make your 17 and 18s cost 1 less, so all your 3 costs become 2, all your 5 costs become 4, and so on and so on. They awaken at 6, which is the best thing about them. When they flip over, they stay at 10k until you get down to 4 life. When you're at 4 life, they gain 5k, and all the 17s and 18 battle cards on the field gain 5k as well. And all your androids, 17 and 18, still cost 1 less. So we're going to go through the main deck first, starting with the 1 cost, then I'm going to go into my side deck. So here are the 1 drops. This is a blue-green deck, by the way. Blue-green deck, by the way. And I only run 4 extra cards. So let's start with 8 extra cards. So let's start with the 4 to 8. 4 Senzu Beans. Senzu Bean, I really feel like it's almost impossible to be aggro without Senzu Bean, because Senzu Bean allows you to restand the energy. It gives your card 5k, allows you to get that extra push to drop extra characters. And we definitely want to be able to push, because that's what androids want to do. They want to always apply that pressure, always keep that pressure on your opponent. So 4 Senzu Beans is a must. Then we're going to go to my other extra card. 4 Whis Conversion. Simple negate. As you know, restand any energy. Sometimes I might restand a green energy if I have a purpose for it. But 4 negates, plain and simple. Really no explanation. So now we're going to the 2 drops. And for the 2 drops, I will start with the card that everybody kind of hates when I drop. The free blockers, Destiny D Krillin. This card is great because when the androids become awakened, their name turns into 718, and you can play this card for free. Now, I never usually play the blockers, honestly, guys, unless I have 2 or more in my hand. The reason because of that is, like, if you play 1 blocker, I feel like it's very easy for opponents to remove it, especially like with Cell in the format. So I really only try to drop this when I have triple or quadruple, double if I'm desperate. But it's just a great card. It's a free blocker. Your opponent has to waste an attack on it if they can't pop it. So 4 in the deck of that. The next 2 drop is Terrible Creator Androids 20, Dr. Gero himself. Simple. He's the 2 play you want on your turn 2. You want to play this card. You don't want to miss it. You play him. You search the deck for any android that's not him, and he just gets you to the hand. So your Chilling Terrors, your 17s, your 18, your big 5-drop 18. That's how you get them. So he's the 2 play. And round out our 2 drops. Trunks, Protector of Children. 4 life or less, plus 10k power draw card, self-explanatory. Then we're going to the 3 drop, guys, which there are a lot of. This is definitely a 3 drop deck, guys. So the first 3 drop rerun is this guy right here, Mr. Tien Shinhan. I think that's how you say his last name. But Tien, basically great guy. Pay 2 energy. You can combo him in if your leader's green. When he comes to the battlefield, you can life break yourself by putting 1 of your cards into the drop and then 1 of your cards into your hand, and then you can KO any cost card on the field. So this is ultimately your turn 3 play if you're not already awakened by your opponent. Swing, combo in Tien, or even on turn 2 if you don't have 20 in your hand, swing in, bring in Tien. Hopefully they don't jackal him. That is a thing. People do jackals Tiens. That is a thing. So be careful with that, guys. But if he makes it to the field, and CBL too. If he makes it to the field though, you can light break yourself and awaken same turn, swing with Tien, awaken yourself, draw cards. It's great. So 3 of that guy. He's a necessary evil. Some people hate him, some people love him. I don't really feel like there's an in-between with him. The other 3 drop we play is Cell. This guy's here for one reason, to eat the other androids. This cell gets the 5-drop cell, which leads you into the 7-drop cell. He's a must 4 of. I definitely like 4 of him in the deck. I want to see him. He's not necessarily a mulligan condition in my opinion, because the deck has 2 ways to win. You can win by the cell chain, dropping it early, and kind of just out resourcing your opponent, or you can just win with the androids by overwhelming your opponent with pressure. So I want to say he's the mulligan condition, but usually if I don't see this guy by turn 4, I'm usually probably not going to the cell chain. But it's just great to know that the option's there. So for this guy. And then we'll go to the next 3 drop. Chilling Terror 17. Now, I do have 4 Chilling Terrors, but I feel like you only need to run 3. Mainly just because you can search it out with 20. And sells a thing. A lot of people run Gotenks. A lot of people is going to blow this guy up or just get rid of him. I mean, he's definitely still worth the play. I don't know so much after set 3 because some leaders awaken and don't draw. But right now, until set 3, he is definitely still one of the best promo cards. Definitely a card when you play your opponent hates. They will go out their way to try to get rid of it if they don't have removal. So definitely 3 Chilling Terrors. And the other 3 drop. Twin Brother 17. This guy's amazing. When you're at 4 life or less, he becomes 20k. Chilling Terror does too, by the way, guys, too. I forgot to mention that. But Twin Brother becomes 20k. When you swing with him, you can pitch a card, restand the Android 18 on the field. And that's really what he's there for, to apply the pressure with swinging on multiple attacks with your androids. So 4 of, definitely a must. And Cell eats him. And the other 3 drop right here, the last green one. 18 does the exact same thing as 17. She gains 5k when you're at 4 life or less. When you swing, you can restand another 17 on the field. And also, she's there to get eaten by Cell. And to round up the 3 drops, 3 Jackos. Now, the reason Jacko is in here, honestly, is because I really don't like setting Sensu Beans and negates his energy. Just a pet peeve of mine, but I will if I have to, especially first turn. But Jacko is also too great defense. When a lot of people apply pressure or try to go in and I'm kind of behind in a match, I would try to bait my opponent, don't negate. Like maybe if I have 2 Jackals in my hand and 2 10k shields, I would try to bait them to go all out and then bounce stuff back. Really great defensive card. And also too, you can play Jacko too when you're pushing for games sometimes, because he's 16 and then the number gets weird and people forget how to do math correctly. So that's always fun too. So 3 Jackos. We're going to move on to the 5 drops. And for my 5 drops, I just run 6. 3 of the big 18. This girl is amazing. Ultimately, definitely the turn 4, turn 5 play. You drop her for 1 cost less as a 4 drop. She gains 5k when you're at 4 life or less. Whenever she swings, your opponent discards a card with double strike. If you got the smaller 17 on the field, you can swing with him and then restand her. So ultimate pressure. Definitely my kill card of the deck. I love her. She's great. And the other 5 drop, of course, is 3 of the Cell. Now, I know y'all guys, if y'all seen my earlier video profile about the deck, that you saw that I was running 4 the 5 drop Cell, and you will see that I'm also running 3 of the 7 drop Cell. It used to be 4. The reason I cut it down is because TN costs 2 energy to combo. And when I was playing the deck more after the first deck profile, I was noticing that that's pretty hefty. And I just don't like having a lot of 10Ks in my hand, especially like with the meta right now, how it currently is. You got to be able to defend yourself while you're also applying pressure. So since I always only really have 1 energy open, I don't like having many 10Ks in. You don't really miss this guy, because like I say, this deck is not dependent, at least the way I play, it's not dependent on the Cell Ride Chain. It's just there as a plus. And it's just there to try to catch up to your opponent. They start to out-resource you. And this guy is great, too, if you need a pop a card that you can't get rid of because you don't have TN on the field for some reason, too. And he draws you a card. And the last drop of the deck is going to be the 7-drop Cell. Everybody knows what he does. You play him, discards your opponent down to 3 cards if your elite has Android in the name. Just nasty. The ultimate target of CBO. So another reason why, too, he's at 3 as well, because of CBL being a thing. But you see in my side deck how I deal with CBLs and Mecha Freezes. But that's basically the updated deck in a whole. Let's get into the side deck. So the side deck that I made was for when I went down to Richmond. And I think the side deck did pretty well. I did pretty good down there. I tied a lot, but I won more than I lost. But tied a lot with starter Gokus. But the deck did pretty well, though. I was really impressed with it, and I really felt like the side deck helped a lot. So, going into the first cards for the side deck is Mafufa, the ultimate side deck card when you play starter Gokus. They swing with that big Gotenks. You play that Mafufa, they look at you like you're crazy. You like, what, Mafufa? You like, yeah, man. You lose that Gotenks. And then also, too, you Mafuba the KO and stuff. So, you know. It's a great card. I always side this card at any time I play a starter Goku. So automatic goes in after the first match. Even if I won the first match, it goes in just because you need to be able to stop them big threats if you can't kill them before they get to that turn 4 or turn 5. So 2 Mafuba's definitely in the side. And for when I play Mecha Freezers, I like to side these cards in. I like to take out my Cell Rod Chain and put in Improtion Terror 19. And I like to put in 4 bundles. Sorry, they're not in sleeves. I don't have enough villain sleeves. The reason I take out the whole Cell Rod Chain because you know it's a target for CBO, and my strategy against Mecha Freezer is just to overpower them with numbers, and I have to keep up with their hand size since they're light breaking themselves. 19 does that because every time he swings, he draws a card. Goku does that because when you play him, he draws a card. And if your opponent CBOs it, you're kind of just like, okay, I mean, it's a 2-drop. It's not really something you feel like is really lost as a CBO, but that's definitely the way I play Mecha Freezer. When I go against them, I just take all my cells out because they're always going to be waiting for it. They're always going to save it. And I just overwhelm them with power, and I keep up with